Well, it's time now for French Connections, our weekly look at the intricacies of life here in France. This week we're going to focus on Easter celebrations here in France. Easter is celebrated in many parts of the world, of course, but there are some French particularities. And to tell us all about them, we are, of course, joined by Florence Villeminot on set. Hi, Florence.
Hey,
tell us.
Well, just like in many historically Catholic countries, Easter is a big deal here in France. It's known as Pâques, plural. Now, arguably, this is the most important celebration for Christians, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. And it certainly is an important holiday here in France. It's traditionally a family gathering. People get together with their family either on Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, which is a public holiday here in France. Now, like all things French, there is a traditional Easter meal involved here in France. And there is one thing that you eat in particular, and that is lamb, like in many other countries. But here in France, it's really an art form as to what you eat. Usually you eat the gigot d'agneau, which is the leg of lamb, and you eat it with flageolet beans. But really, any lamb, shape or form will do the trick as well.
It's a quasi-religious tradition. Easter lamb and beans, topped with flavorful gravy. And that's how it's done.
And, of course, apart from that lamb meal, like in loads of places across the world, Easter in France is associated with chocolate.
That's right. Easter is the second biggest sales moment for chocolate in France, just after Christmas. So it's not Valentine's Day, for instance, as it might be in the United States. But people buy a lot of chocolate around Easter, about 15,000 tons over a 3-day period. And people tend to go for quantity over quality. About 80% of French people buy their chocolate in supermarkets because it's cheaper, and they tend to spend on average about 20 euros on it.
I rarely buy big pieces. I have 2 little girls, so I buy all sorts of little trinkets so that they can hunt for them all over the place.
So they're the supermarket eggs and things. What about the artisan chocolate makers? It's a big time for them, isn't it?
It certainly is, because remember, at the industrial level, chocolate is made about a year in advance. So some people are ready to pay a little bit more for delicious, better tasting chocolate, arguably. Let's not get into a fight about whether it's better or not, but I think it is. Now, France being France, it's not just about the chocolate. It's also about the gastronomy around it and the tradition. You can see these beautiful pieces here. And also the shapes. There's some very French shapes that are involved with Easter chocolate. Of course, you have eggs, but you also have rabbits, sheep, chicken, lambs, fish, and bells. We're going to get back to the bells in a second. But it's really interesting to look at these reports on chocolate makers, because they really pour their heart and souls into their creations around Easter.
What makes us happy is to see the look of wonder on our clients' faces. When you see kids smiling at your creations, it means you've won.
Wow, macaroon flowers!
I'm looking for quality chocolate, but also a work of art.
And children in France, like, in lots of places, they do Easter egg hunts. And in lots of places, it's a rabbit, but it's not in France, is it?
It's not. The Easter bunny isn't really a thing, even though they're trying to bring it to France. But traditionally, it's the Easter bells that bring chocolate to the kids. And this is our expression du jour, les cloches de Pâques. Now, why in the world are bells the ones bringing chocolate? Well, the story goes that on Good Friday, so the Friday before Easter, all the church bells in France grow wings and fly to the Vatican, where they are blessed by the Pope. So you might notice that between Good Friday and Easter Sunday, no bells ring in France. And so they're all in Rome, by the way. So when they come back to France, when they're flying back to France with their little wings, they bring chocolate and goodies for well-behaved children, namely these Easter eggs, as you can see. So the chocolate eggs quite literally fall from the skies from these ringing bells, and maybe that's why sometimes the chocolate isn't that well hidden.
They aren't very well hidden. You can see all the eggs.
So it was a religious holiday, obviously, Easter originally. And, for many people, it still is that above everything else, above the eggs and the chocolate and everything.
It is. There are some very public celebrations of Easter in France. For instance, it's not uncommon on Good Friday to see reenactments of the crucifixion or the Way of the Cross in public. So I've seen it, for instance, in front of the Eiffel Tower. And why not? Except for remember that France is a strictly secular country. And so that means that religious ceremonies are, in theory, banned from public. Now, it's interesting when you talk to French people about this because it seems like there's a little bit of an exception for certain Catholic traditions. For instance, nativity scenes at Christmas, a Catholic symbol, but a lot of people say that it's cultural and not necessarily religious. And this is what a lot of people think about these public Easter celebrations as well. But it is a debate that comes up sometimes. How is this compatible with state secularism? And it goes beyond that because, as I mentioned, Easter Monday is a public holiday in France. But a lot of Catholic holidays are bank holidays. Here's a list of the 11 bank holidays in France. And the blue ones are ones that are traditionally Christian celebrations. So you can see Easter Monday, Ascension Thursday, Whit Monday. You've got the Assumption of Mary, All Saints Day, and Christmas. So that's a majority of these bank holidays are actually Christian, traditionally Catholic celebrations. So a lot of people say, okay, why not? France is traditionally, historically, a Catholic nation. But you also have people who say that actually Catholics kind of get away with things that other religions don't. It's a double-edged sword. It's a very thorny issue that we'll have to explore in another show. In the meantime, let's just go eat some chocolate.
Thanks very much, Florence Vimino, as usual. That's all we have time for today's show. But be sure to check out more episodes of that on our website, france24.com.